Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, July 26, 2016. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Thank you for your patience with that. So we always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index, and for that we use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000, and we're looking at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. And we've been paying particular attention to this blue channel that the Russell traded within through all of 2014, had this little lift up and out in early 15, the subsequent sell-off, and here's where we are right here, right now. Candle for the month of July so far, a bullish looking candle. But we still have between now and Friday to shape the candle for the month, and there's a whole lot of data coming out. There's a Fed announcement tomorrow, and there perhaps is a Bank of Japan announcement, so I don't think we can take for granted that the candle will end up being bullish. If it starts to reverse, it may start to complement this candle from the month of June, which was a doji at an interesting area. So just as a reminder, I want to pull it out again to show you why I think this area is so important. And for that, I'm going to move away from the ETF and go to the index itself and look at it from a yearly point of view. There we go. This is the index, and as you can see, there's my little orange line. We are right at the top of the range from 2015 and 14. So here's the long wick that formed in the beginning of the year, January, where we had that ugly price action. So any kind of reversal up here, we just don't want the candle for 2016, and we still have half a year to go, to start to weaken and perhaps complement this candle, which so far it looks like it might be consolidation, but if this starts to weaken here, then this may turn into a candle that would indicate more of a top of a range. So we will see, and anything can happen, but I just wanted to point that out. So let's get back to the ETF, IWM, and to our 5-year monthly chart. So keeping an eye on this candle for sure, and we want to see how it shapes up for the month of July, and then I'm going to be really curious to see how August looks as well. Two sectors that we've been keeping an eye on, I just want to remind you. The banking sector, here is the index itself, BKX, and I'm going to pull it away from the monthly, and I'm going to go back even further and look at it quarterly, just as a reminder to folks. This is a sector that I think, I'm not an expert or anything, but I would think that the banking sector would need to start to lift here to complement the indexes being so high. If the indexes want to go higher, I think the banks need to kick in and help them get higher. And so we're looking at the quarterly candles trading in this wedgie pattern. This was January, February, March, April, May, June. So this candle here for the second quarter, this doji indecision, and here we are for July. So I think the third quarter candle, whatever it forms here, might be really interesting to watch because we need the financials kicking in. We got a doji last quarter, so we need something that points us in which direction this wants to go in the quarter ahead. I hope that makes sense. So I am not putting any new charts forward for our watch list, just because, as we've been saying, I'm going to go back to the indexes again and the 10-year monthly and put in our weekly. And let's go back to the indexes. Thanks for your patience. On a lot of the indexes, the 50-day is below the 100-day on the weekly chart. I'll take away all my other drawings so it's not so cluttered and you can see it a little better. So we had this cross in early 2010 and this really nice run higher, but for the first time since then it's crossed below. Just want to see it resume, like cross again to the upside, but I just want to be extra careful and cautious. So that's the INDU. This is the Russell on that same 50, 100, and the S&P. So want to see that cross back up before putting any new charts forward for our watch list. I will be putting out a video on Thursday, but after that I'm on vacation for the next couple of weeks, so won't be putting out a lot of videos in the month of August, but we'll resume when I get back. So put out a video this Thursday. It'll be an interesting one as we will get some info from the Fed tomorrow. And with that, we'll end today's video. Keep it short. Have a great rest of the week.